Hi, I'm Karen O'Bannon, and welcome to another Kingdom Kids Bedtime Story Hour. Today I'll be reading a story from a book called 101 Bible Bedtime Stories by Harvest Kids. The story I'm going to read you is entitled The Shepherds on the Hillside. But before I get into the story, let me share one important point. The Jews of that time were looking for a Savior that God had promised that He would send them. And they were looking for that Savior to come in the form of a warrior because they needed someone to overthrow the Roman Empire, who at the time was being very mean to them. But God had another plan. Instead, He would send the Savior in the form of a little bitty baby boy born in a stable, in a manger. And who would think to look for Him there? No one. That's why God sent the message first to some shepherds on a hillside. They were there to tend their sheep, but they were about to experience something very wonderful. This is the story. Some shepherds were guarding their flocks in the hills above Bethlehem. Suddenly, the sky was filled with a blinding light. They fell down in fear, and an angel spoke to them. "Do not be afraid. I have good news for you. Today, in the town of David, a Savior has been born. He is the Messiah, the Lord. Go and see for yourselves. You will find Him wrapped in cloths and lying in a manger." Then the whole sky filled with angels praising God. Something like this. When the angels returned to heaven, the shepherds looked at one another in amazement. They could hardly believe what had just happened. They couldn't wait to go down to Bethlehem to see the baby with their own eyes. The shepherds made sure the sheep were safe. They then hurried down to Bethlehem as fast as they could. They made their way to the stable, and there they found the baby lying in the manger, just as they had been told. Filled with wonder and awe, the shepherds fell to their knees before the tiny baby boy who would change the world forever. Something like this. Then they rushed off to tell everyone the wonderful news.